Uh, as we all know, we have Jahoda here. Durin got dropped a whole solid like 5 hours before her, but I had hope. I held on to hope that we were gonna see her very soon, and she's finally here. And it's great because she's arguably one of like if not my ultimate favorite of the Nod Cry people so far. Now, don't take that to mean I don't like the others. Clearly, you've seen me react to Anefa, you've seen me react to Aino and Columbina. All of them are like very high up there for me. But I'm going to give some credit to Yahoda here, who I knew nothing about, and she came in, and I just fell in love with her character. Um, People said they got emotional from reading this, so why not give it a quick little read? Why don't we? So Yahoda with threading shadow with threading. I did it again. Wind threading shadow. Official employee of the Curatorium of Secrets. Day after day, amidst all the noise and mishaps, the people of Nasha Town have grown thoroughly familiar with the one and only official employee of the Curatorium of Secrets, Miss Yahoda. Sometimes she struts out of the curatorium with all the self importance in the world, bounding through the streets just to buy herself an extra large sugar sculpture. Sometimes she springs furiously across the rooftops, chasing down a client who tried to scam her. Other times, she'll slump by the curatorium's front steps, head bowed, motionless, as Ashru plays with her undone braids. Many have posed the same question to Lady Nefer. In a town so full of rare gifts and inquisitive minds, why place your faith in a girl so ordinary? Well, people of Nasha Town can back off if that's really how they view her. Perhaps even a touch clumsy. Nefer's reply never changes. At any rate, just trust my judgment. However, on especially awful days, even Yahoda will ask feebly, with her head hanging low, Boss Neff, there's no chance you'll fire me suddenly, right? Why would I do that? If you're gone, who's going to feed Ashru and refill his water? Really? That's the reason? Ashru, you little rascal, get off. That braid took me forever. Nefer leans her chin against her hand, watching the girl and the cat in their usual tangle of play and fuss. She knows Yahoda will continue to grow, that one day Yahoda will learn to navigate every rocky patch and treacherous storm, and steer her own life with a steady hand. And when that time comes, the girl who began with nothing but herself will have to face the question, where does her path truly lead? To Nefer, it's a question, interesting enough to observe. To Yahoda, it's an answer, important enough to chase after. Okay, I see where the emotions come from. Yeah. Oh, I love Yahoda so much. I really like the dynamic too. And just knowing, like, reading this, can you imagine, like, when she questions it here, you have all these people kind of taking note of how, quote unquote, like, normal, like, very ordinary, touch clumsy and all of that, to in just her own self from the quest, where she has so much strength and ability to lead us when it all counts, but she also has that self-doubt and needs a little bit of reassurance because right now she can't quite trust herself. And it's just like, there's no chance you'll fire me suddenly, right? That just repaints when we, get her fired initially, back when we ask Nefer to, request the first person to walk in to help us with the moon marrow. And yeah, I hope that this happened in a time at least a little bit further before, where she at least knows that I feel like I'm gonna rewatch that scene that made me feel bad, but can be looked upon kind of fondly, like with a funny air. It's gonna make me think of it a little bit differently. I want her to have more confidence in herself. She's so great, and she's able to look at everyone, and she was clearly scared, rightfully so. She didn't want to be dragged in to all of that stuff with the Fatui, but she saw how much Lauma and us were working towards actually getting the moon marrow, and so she decided to stay, right? Which led to us getting caught by some of the Fatui members. It led to us literally running into Sandrone. So, yeah, no. I have nothing but respect and love for this adorable goofball who, when it counts and when it matters, is honestly leader quality. She may be scared, she may absolutely want to run away, but when she notices it's not the right time to make those suggestions or repeat that thought, she goes straight into, okay, how are we going to handle this mode? And that's what makes me love her so much. Um, so you best believe every Primo gem. Yes, I know Columbina is probably coming out after this, so it's a little scary that I'm kind of hunting down all the Primos already. But every Primo I have by the time she comes out, and after the story, so I'm gonna probably play. Oh, but I really want her the second she comes out. We'll see. So it's either gonna be right before I play the story or after I play all of the story of the next patch. I will be pulling for Jahoda. I hope she's on Durin's banner because I want Durin. But just note that actually, while I'm hyped for Durin, Durin was like my day one I want to pull him person. Jahoda is taking that spot. And it's scary. She's a 4-star, which means the 4-star curse. 5 stars, there's always a hard pity you eventually hit. I hope I said 5-star there. I have not slept. Warning for all of you guys in advance, okay? I did a 12-hour stream and then stayed up. So, it's a new day. But yeah, no. I will do everything in my power. But also, this is the initial one. We don't get much info. Let's see really quick. Okay. I know I'm killing a decent bit of time here, but you guys just saw me when I refreshed the page and Jahoda was just there. I it did something. Okay, okay. Sorry. You at least okay, yeah, she just has a regular vision. But let's pop it up. Okay. Okay. Very well. I will hold your hand and not leave your side. However, given the delayed onset of sleep you experienced last time compared to the time before, I propose implementing Aino's favorite sleep aid, hugging. Very well. I will hug you, Jahoda. I will not leave your side. Inefa, the metal face lunkhead who has more or less developed a sense of humor. Oh, and like I love this. You see all the different factions in the background. I haven't like actively really looked at the art until this moment. Like I scanned through them. I was excited for Aino, but I didn't like fully go into like what it was saying. This is actually the first character I think I've for Genshin I've ever actually gone through and read all of this and all of that. Yes. Yes, she's here, all right. Yeah, all her facial expressions, guys. Okay. But no, no. I'm excited. I hope you all are too. I know this is very random. I never make videos talking about how hyped I am for a character coming out, but I felt like it. I have a special program waiting for me, but this is what screamed to me. This is what seemed important to do. Anyways, who are you more excited for within this upcoming patch um with having Durin being announced to come out, and then now we have Jahoda announced to come out, and then we still have future patches where maybe like Columbina, we have Nicole, I think it is possibly. We still have whatever Vark is going to come out. There's so many people that we have still yet to see in story, and so I'm very curious. But I really want to see if Hoyo can top Jahoda here for me personally. I may really love so far, like literally all of the characters of Nodcry, but this one just called to me, and let's. I'm very curious to see if that can actually be replicated. This was like a Venti case. Venti's why I started playing Genshin all those years ago, and Jahoda brought that same feeling. So, yeah. Anyways, again, thank you all for watching. Let me know how you're feeling about this upcoming patch. How did you feel about this patch? It was amazing. I'll hopefully get Act 4 out to you guys very soon. But, yeah. Till then, I hope you have a great day or night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.